the way I used to hurt my feelings, or an invitation to come back to myself. Hey, I'm Brandy Moran. I'm a mindset and a body funk mentor. I show you how we can untangle shit that we've been hurting ourselves with and decide what we want to do with it. So the beloved and I, handsome, we were on a walk, and he was talking about a friend of his that he's known forever and ever. Now, this friend has recently had a health thing and has lost 20 pounds. So in the past 2 days, since I started counting, he has mentioned that this friend has lost 20 pounds 12 times since I started counting. All right. So there is a part of my brain that is trained to hear words and then scan and see where this person might be hinting something at me. And in the past, I would have heard it and thought, he thinks I'm fat. And the more he would bring up how his friend lost 20 pounds, because of the way my brain was, because of the way I used to consider myself, because of the way I wasn't sturdy in me and okay with where I was in the world, I would have taken that and used his words against me. And ultimately, kind of against him too, because I would have noticed there would have been a walk first. I would have been sad with me, and then I would have been resentful at him, and just foul fuckery. That's all it is. But look, now, because I understand this about me, I don't make me wrong. I don't make him wrong. I don't think, well, he ought to know that since I used to have an issue with my body, right? Because that's the other thing with, well, if he were considerate of me, ... But none of that. Okay, so here's what I let it be an invitation for. I would notice he would mention, like, I know what's going on with this friend, because he's mentioned it a bit. So when he mentioned the lost 20 pounds again, and I noticed this in my body, I take the chance and I would do this physical, and I would blow out the residual from what was trying to settle in me, and I would listen to what he was saying. His friend is experiencing these things, curious, interesting, different than before, because of this situation. And then he would mention it again. Since he lost 20 pounds, and I would notice again the thing that shows up in my head, and I would clear out all the stuff that was from before and be able to listen clearly to what he is saying about his friend right now. So notice that. It may not be an issue for you at all, but if you're a person, oh hi Mimu, who has noticed that people say something and the first thing your brain does is it goes, are they giving, what do they mean by that? Are they trying to leave a hint for me? Are they saying I'm that way? Notice that your brain does that. Notice that it's a healthy human brain. There's nothing wrong with that brain. And because you have a beautiful frontal lobe, you get to decide that that is an old anxious habit brain, and it doesn't get to drive the bus today, not this moment. And come play with me in Sturdy Hall. There's a link if you go into my profile. There is a link that says Brandy Moran Coach, and if you click that, Sturdy Hall, no thank you, Aunt. Sturdy Hall is now open on school. It is, it was on Facebook, but then I got booted, so I'm asking everybody to just head on over to school. The link will take you there. Come introduce yourself. Tell us about you, the delightful things about you, and maybe why you would like to be a person who is more sturdy in yourself and less drug around by your short hairs, by these weird things that show up in our head. Come on over and play. All right? All right. I love you madly. All this shit in our head and these these ways that it shows up in our body, the way we talk ourselves out of doing what we want or end up doing things we resent, baby, all that can be tickled apart. None of it's because you're broken. You were given habits. You learned how to do a thing, and you can learn how to do a different thing if you wanna. Come play with us.